Ano pong idea niyo sa gene therapy?
Yan po ba yung sa genes?
Ano po yung gene therapy?
Coping mechanism po. Ano po yung gene therapy? Ano yun?
I think gene alcohol?
Ano yung gene therapy? Ayos lang.
Wala akong masabi.
Ala? Wala akong idea din.
Hi there!
I'm Sala.
I am Car
And welcome to our channel.
For today's video, we're going to talk about something super interesting. It's all about gene therapy!
Tama! Gene therapy is a revolutionary field in medicine na nag-focus sa pag-treat or pag-prevent ng diseases by modifying genetic materials within a patient's cell.
Our primary objective is to provide comprehensive knowledge about the fundamental of gene therapy. We'll explain the basic principle behind it, including those various techniques that use to introduce, modify, and regulate genes within the living organism.
And we have a special treat for you, interviews with experts in the field of science.
Gene therapy involves introduction, removal, or alteration of genetic materials sa cells ng isang tao para matreat or maiwasan ng isang disease. The goal is to correct the defective genes na nagdudulot ng sakit or to introduce new genes na tutulong laban sa sakit.
Exactly. So paano nga ba nag-work ang gene therapy? Let's break it down. Gene replacement, pag-introduce ng normal copy ng gene para mapalitan ng defective one. Gene inactivation, pag-disable ng malfunctioning gene na nagdudulot ng problema. Gene editing, directly altering the DNA sequence para makorek ang mutations. Gene augmentation, pagdagdag ng genes para makatulong labanan ang disease or pag-improve ng cell functions.
May dalawang main types ng gene therapy. Una ay ang somatic cell gene therapy. Sa somatic cell gene therapy, changes are made in the non-reproductive cells. These changes only affects the individual and does not pass on to the offsprings. Pangalawa, germline gene therapy. Sa germline gene therapy, changes are made in the reproductive cells, meaning these changes can be passed to future generations. Ito ang may malaking ethical implications.
We use vectors to deliver ang therapeutic genes. Ang pinaka-common nito ay viral vectors modified viruses like adenoviruses and lentiviruses kasi sila ang efficient sa pag-enter ng cells and integrating into the genomes. Second is non-viral vectors. Methods like liposomes, nanoparticles, and naked DNA. Ito yung mga walang viruses na ginagamit.
And we have two main delivery methods. Una ay ang in vivo. Ang in vivo ang direct delivery ng gene sa katawan ng isang tao. Ito ay nagagawa sa pamamagitan ng direct injection sa tissue or bloodstream ng isang pasyente. Ang pangalawang method naman ay ang ex vivo. Sa ex vivo, cells are removed from the patient and then brought to the lab to be genetically modified and then it will be returned to the patient. Common ito sa mga treatments na involve ang blood cells.
So, saan nga ba nagagamit ang gene therapy ngayon? Maraming applications, tulad na lang ng inherited diseases. Target ng gene therapy ang infected genes. Sunod, sa cancer. Pwede tayong mag-introduce ng bagong genes na pumapatay ng cancer cells. Gene therapy can also use in infectious diseases. Techniques are being developed para mabigyan ng cells ng genes na kayang lumaban sa infections like HIV.
Despite the challenges, mayroon din namang mga recent advances na exciting like CRISPR-Cas or yung powerful tool for precise gene editing kung saan inaalaw nito na ang mga scientists ay makatarget and makapag-modify ng isang DNA sequence with high accuracy. Next naman ay ang CAR T-cell therapy. It is a gene therapy kung saan ang T-cell ng pasyente ay nakamodified para makalaban sa mga cancer cells. Next naman ay ang RNA-based therapy. These are techniques like antisense oligonucleotides na kung saan they target genetic disorders at the RNA level.
Hi, I'm Jean, and I'm here to help you understand what gene therapy is. But first, we need to learn about genes. Genes are the blueprint or instruction manual of all living things and can be found in each and every one of your cells. From this blueprint, cells are able to get to work. Genes affect everything from the color and texture of your hair to your height to how your body controls bleeding. Genes are made from your DNA and carry your genetic information. Sometimes there's a change, aka a mutation, in the gene from the original copy. This mutation or defect in a gene causes it to not work properly. Genes that aren't working properly can have serious consequences. Scientists are working to find ways to solve this problem. They can replace, add, or turn on or off genes to tackle many health issues. Mutations can come from biochemical processes within the cell, something outside of the cell, or what we inherited from our parents. In hemophilia, when a mutation happens, it causes the body to not be able to produce clotting factor. Disorders like hemophilia, VWD, and other types of bleeding disorders are mostly from inherited gene mutations. When a mutation happens in hemophilia, the blood doesn't clot properly, and this is where gene therapy comes in. Gene therapy is the introduction, removal, or change in genetic material. For hemophilia, it's the introduction of a modified gene. A functional gene is made outside the body in a lab, and then it is transferred into the body. In the lab, scientists can repair a defective gene. Sometimes they add a new gene to fix a problem or even turn off a problem gene. In hemophilia, it's the introduction of a new working gene. Once the gene is modified, it changes how a protein or a group of proteins is made, meaning it changes how the cell works. In the case of hemophilia, this means the cell makes new proteins that allow the blood to clot. But to get into the cell, the new gene needs to first hitch a ride. Scientists use viruses. These viruses are called vectors, which are like little delivery trucks to get the repaired gene into your body. Scientists make a virus safe by removing all the stuff that can make you sick. Then, the delivery truck, aka vector, can carry the repaired gene into the cell, and your body can make the clotting factor that helps your blood to clot. Gene therapy is bringing us closer to a reality where we have new options to treat rare disorders like hemophilia.
Now let's continue discussions on the ethical, social, and regulatory issues surrounding gene therapy. Ethical concerns include long-term effects and the potential for genetic enhancement. So paano natin may make sure na it's for medical purposes and not for genetic enhancement?
Socially, there are issues of access and equity. So, sino nga ba makikinabang sa gene therapy? And paano kung sobrang maging mahal at hindi kaya ng ordinaryong tao?
Regulatory issue naman includes ensuring safety and efficacy. Paano natin certify na ligtas at effective ang gene therapies bago sila gamitin ng mga tao?
And don't forget the ethical debate about germline modification. Ito yung changes na pwede i-process sa future generations. Dapat ba natin itong payagan?
About the ethical consideration in gene therapy po. Can you share your thoughts on this po?
Gene therapy. So I think gene therapy is one of the contemporary solutions for curing diseases. And by curing diseases, I mean diseases that so far there are no cures or solutions for that matter. My thought about gene therapy is I am positive but at the same time have doubts as well with gene therapy. So yun po ang aking thoughts about gene therapy, generally speaking. Yun lang yun?
So, dun po sabi niyo po may doubt po kayo sa gene therapy po. Paano po?
One possible ethical consideration in gene therapy, I think, is there could be possible adverse effects to the patients. Like, for example, if the therapy would gone wrong, especially if it activates carcinogenic genes, no? Which means when you alter the gene sequences, when you change the, for example, the DNA inside the person's DNA sequencing, so you can actually possibly activate adverse genes that would potentially kill the person. So I think it's a major consideration. And second, ethically speaking, we can only apply or treat a person using gene therapy if the person consents to that therapy. And also, gene therapy would be, hopefully should be viable and easily accessible, especially those who are patients with no access for the therapy. For example, if you have no finances or no financial resources, so hopefully if this is universally accessible, I think I would go for it. But again, if it could potential alter genes or could potential activate carcinogens or genes that would potentially cause cancer, so I think we should not use gene therapy. So far, I don't have any idea in the Philippine setting if there's a case for gene therapy. I think it's only possible, accessible to the United States so far.
Yeah.
Ano yan?
Opo.
Thank you po.
So there you have it. Ang dami nating natutunan about gene therapy.
We'll discuss about the basic concepts, mechanisms, delivery methods, current application, and recent advances.
We also heard from our experts.
Importante talagang ang decision making at critical thinking pagdating sa mga advanced technologies.
Yes, and we encourage everyone to stay informed about the intersection of science, technology, and society.